Hello everybody, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I want to talk about the one big problem that makes gaming phones kind of pointless. I feel like they could be so much better if it weren't for this one big problem. And I'm going to be speaking out of experience in this video because I've had the Red Magic 9 for the past few years. It's my main phone. I use it for everything. I'm using it right now to film this video. And I want to talk about a lot of things I've learned about gamer phones from using this thing. And the biggest thing, you're not allowed to use the hardware you paid for. Mobile games don't let you use the hardware you paid for. And what I mean by this is, when I go into a game like Call of Duty Mobile or PUBG Mobile, and I go into the graphics options, at the time when Red Magic 9 came out, it was the most powerful smartphone ever. So when I download Call of Duty Mobile on it, I figured, okay, I'm going to be able to play with any graphics settings I want. Let's go. Max graphics, 120 FPS, let's do this. And nope, I got into there and I can see the options for different graphic settings, but it won't let me select them. They're grayed out. Why are they grayed out? Well, it turns out I think it's either the developers or the publishers that have to whitelist specific phone models in terms of which ones are allowed to use which graphic settings and which are not. So you do not really have the control. It's not like a gaming PC where you buy the parts, you put the thing together, and then you play with whatever settings you want, and the PC is not going to tell you no or anything, right? But for some reason, for mobile phones, that is different, and it really sucks because, again, I know my phone can run max graphics at 120 FPS. There's a game called, I think it was called Blood Fury, that let me play. It's a battle royale game, let me play with max graphics, 120 FPS, and it ran great, and it looked awesome. But for games like Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG Mobile, they don't. If I want 120 FPS, I have to play with medium settings or lower. Anything above medium, it locks me down to 60, not even 90. It's just either 120 or 60 of Call of Duty Mobile for some reason. But PUBG Mobile, if I want to play with 120 FPS, I have to go all the way down to low. And Call of Duty Mobile, the 120 FPS is only for multiplayer. If you want to play a battle royale on that, it only lets you do 90 no matter what settings you use, which is so stupid because I know my phone can run it no problem. Because I feel like at this point, smartphones in general, pretty much all smartphones, any modern smartphone you buy nowadays, like Apple, Samsung, whatever, it can run Call of Duty Mobile and PUBG Mobile with decent settings at 120 FPS, no problem. So I feel like you're going to get the same experience on like the latest Samsung phone or whatever as you're getting on a gaming phone like the Red Magic phones and games like Call of Duty Mobile. The way you have to run Call of Duty Mobile on your gaming phone is the same way you can run it on the Samsung. It can do medium settings, 120 FPS, no problem. So I don't really know what the point is. Now, you do get all the additional benefits of gaming phones, like I'll talk about later, but still, it's extremely frustrating. And there's games that don't even support 120 FPS. They lock you at 60, like Combat Master. And it's like, what the heck? And all these games making these arbitrary decisions for you in terms of what you can and can't do with your phone. It's like, why? I paid for a thing, let me use it. If you want to put up a warning that says, careful, this may overheat and drain your battery faster, then sure, whatever. And then so for people on normal phones, they can stand there and be like, okay, I understand the risk may drain my battery faster, that's fine. For me on a gaming phone, I can be like, whatever, I got plenty of battery, I'm good, let's do this. But nope, I'm not allowed to. Even like Delta Force, the game doesn't only do 120 FPS, locks you at 90. Why? So dumb. So yeah, that's the biggest downside, I'd say, of gaming phones. Now let's get into some other downsides as well, and then we'll get into some actual positives later. But I feel like these things are not talked about often when you see gaming phones. Like if you look at a gaming phone review on YouTube, there's not that many of them compared to like a Samsung phone, obviously. But for people who do review them, I feel like some things get left out. So, and that thing regarding the graphics settings of mobile games is the number one thing. You're not going to be able to use the hardware you paid for. Now, the only time you're probably really going to be able to get as much out of the phone as possible is with emulation, right? Whether you're playing, you can run Nintendo Switch games on Android now, and it's fantastic. And you can even emulate PC games. Like I've seen people running Red Dead Redemption 2 and Ghost of Tsushima on Android, and they're playing on low settings, sure, but it still looks pretty good. It still looks way better than like a normal mobile game, right? So that looks super cool to do. And people have been doing on like the Red Magic 11s. I have a Red Magic 9. I feel like if I try to do on mine, I don't have like the 16 gig RAM version. I have the 12 gig RAM version, and it would take up a lot of storage. So I feel like I'm not really going to try to delve into like Switch and PC super heavy emulation on my phone right now. But I feel like next Red Magic phone I get, if I do get another gaming phone, hopefully is a long time, because I'm trying to make this one last a long time. I'll get into that later. But yeah, I'll wait till my next gaming phone to start doing all that crazy emulation. But yeah, if you have a brand new gaming smartphone, definitely try that out because it looks awesome. So now let's get into some other cons. The phone has to be paid for up front. It's not like if you buy like an iPhone with Verizon and you can pay it over months or whatever. You have to pay it up front. Now, luckily, the Red Magic phones at least are extremely affordable. I got my phone a few years ago. It's the most powerful smartphone ever at the time, mind you. It was for like $650, I think, and you could get the version with more RAM and more storage for like another $100. So I think like $750. So yeah, stole like maybe like half the price of like whatever the iPhone was at the time. I don't know. So yeah, the fact you're getting the most powerful smartphone ever for that price, I think is great. But you do have to pay for it up front, unless you want to do like Klarna or something like that. But they give you the option for a checkout. And then you might have to switch cell service, because I was doing research. My family has Verizon, and it doesn't seem like Verizon works well with Red Magic phones. So it seems the only person that did it was T-Mobile. And so to do that, I switched to Mint Mobile because I'm not going to have my parents paying for Verizon and T-Mobile as well. So now I pay for Mint Mobile myself, and that's what I use with my Red Magic phone. And once you get I forget what it's called, there's the APN, whatever. I'll put it on screen once I go and look at it later. Once you get the APN, I think, once you get that right, it works fine, but you have to make sure you get the settings right. Otherwise, the cell connection can be kind of wonky. So that's something you have to look into and make sure you get right. And if you break it, you could be screwed, because there's no like warranty on this thing, whatever. Like, I don't know. There's no like Verizon or T-Mobile store that's going to cover it, right? Because it's not a phone they cover or carry, really. They're not advertising or anything. It's not like a Google, Samsung phone, whatever. So if I break it, I'm screwed, which is why I make sure to put a case and a screen protector on it at all times. And so, yeah, I mean, I'd say that's kind of the biggest, all the notable cons of gaming phones. But I was talking to the positives. But again, keep in mind, I feel like it's such a huge point that a lot of mobile games still let you play with the crazy settings. I feel like you can get the same graphics settings on any smartphone nowadays, right? Because anything could run PUBG Mobile at low to get 120 FPS. Anything could run Call of Duty Mobile at medium to get 120 FPS, right? It's dumb. So let's get into the pros. Now, what I'm really excited for with Red Magic 9 is, since it's super powerful, it should last a long time. For context, I got the Galaxy S8 in 2017, and I made that phone last like 7 or 8 years. Now, at the time, when it came out, it was pretty fast, but only slightly more than the previous iteration of it, and only slightly more than other phones on the market. But when the Red Magic 9 came out, my phone, it was way more powerful than all other phones. iPhones would probably get there in like 10 years, maybe, to get up to Red Magic's level of performance. So I feel like if I can get 7 or 8 years with the Galaxy S8, and that phone wasn't much more powerful than other phones on the market when it came out, I should be able to get like 10 years with the Red Magic 9. So that's what I'm hoping to do. And the battery's fantastic. It's almost double the battery of like a lot of other smartphones. So yeah, I can go like 3 days easy without charging the thing. It's fantastic. And speaking of charging, it has 80-watt fast charging, which means you can go from 0 to 100 in 45 minutes, which is ridiculous. I think when that came out, I think that might have been the fastest. I don't know. I know some other phones are getting more on that now in the latest years. But yeah, I don't use it because I know fast charging, it depletes the battery health faster over time. Like your battery is going to like lose its holding capacity or lose its efficiency over time faster if you use fast charging, because it's putting more heat into it faster than if you use slow charging. Same thing goes for wireless charging, which the Red Magic 9 doesn't even support. So I just use slow charging, but it's fine because I don't charge the phone for 3 days and then I charge it overnight. So yeah, it's no problem at all. You get the trigger sensors on top, which I feel like, besides the performance, is the best thing about gaming phones. Is when you're playing a game like Call of Duty Mobile, if you want to move, aim, and shoot at the same time, you don't have to use like it's kind of hard to do with the mic here. You don't have to do like this on your phone screen, right? You can have two thumbs on the screen and then your fingers on the top of the phone, like triggers on a controller for aim and shoot, right? So it definitely makes playing mobile games more comfortable, or FPS games on mobile. So that's a great thing about it. Additional benefits you may get with some gaming phones. I mean, they all have their different features. I'm going to talk about some that the Red Magic 9 has, and now all the Red Magic phones have is headphone port. Pretty much every gaming phone's going to have the headphone jack because it's less latency than Bluetooth. So yeah, and you never know when it's going to come in handy. You might think you're never going to use it until you realize you do have to use it, and you're like, thank goodness I don't have to plug in a stupid dongle or whatever. I can just plug it directly into my phone. I've had to do this before with the Red Magic 9. No camera bump on the Red Magic 9. That's another thing I liked it, because nowadays you put a phone down on a table and you press it and it's just wobbling all over the place because the stupid camera bumps are everywhere. I think it's just bad design. So yeah, the Red Magic 9 is perfectly flush. It sits flat on a table, doesn't wobble at all. Don't have to worry about breaking the lenses or anything like that. It's great. No hole in the screen. Phones nowadays, pretty much every single one has a hole in the screen, where they put the camera in the middle of the display. So yeah, I hate it. Like looking at, especially what they've done with the iPhone, where they have this giant bar at the top of your screen, and they make it a feature called Dynamic Island or whatever. I think it's just bad design, because what's the point of having a bigger screen and less bezel if you're gonna have a giant hole in the middle of the screen? I don't get it. I feel like that's a design choice that would have Steve Jobs like rolling over in his grave. But that's just kind of one thing I'm super nitpicky about. When I was looking for a new phone after the S8, I really wanted one that didn't have a hole in the screen, because it's just so distracting. I feel like when you're playing games, it's not only is it a black dot on your screen, like you have dead pixels, it's also less space you can use for buttons. You can't put a button there, because then you're just be like wiping your finger over the camera lens, right? So yeah, the Red Magic 9, it has a under the screen display, and so which means that when you're taking selfies, the quality's not great, but you're not buying a gaming phone for the camera, right? You're buying it for the performance. And the rear camera is fantastic. It can shoot 8K 30 FPS, 4K 60 FPS. I'm using it right now. It looks fine, right? But the selfie cameras on the Red Magic 9 doesn't look great. But I never take selfies, so it's whatever. I don't care. Worth it for me. For some reason on Red Magic 9 or all Red Magic phones, they have this AI assistant called Mora, which is like a sexy anime girl, I guess, because the phone comes from China, mainly. That's like the main target audience, I think, for it, and then they export it to America. But yeah, I guess in China and Japan, whatever, anime is everywhere. Everything has to be anime. So yeah, I don't know. It's the thing there, but yeah, it's a lot more fun than Siri. So yeah. And supporting companies that make phones fun. Like, phones should be fun. When I buy a phone, I want to feel like I'm getting like a new console or whatever, right? Like, wow, this is so much fun. Not just something that's slightly better than the last phone I had. A little bit more battery, a little bit faster or whatever, right? A little bit better camera. That's really boring. I want something that's like really fun that I could play with. So yeah, that's another thing I wanted, a gaming phone, because now it gets cool, stupid, ridiculous things like the cooling fan that it has and the RGB lights and everything. And now with the Red Magic 11, they have like water cooling it and everything. So yeah, I love what they're doing. Phones should be fun, but a lot of phones today now are boring. I'm talking about the flat ones. Now they have the folding ones, and those are definitely much more interesting. Not something I'm looking to get into yet, because they're super expensive. But yeah, so that's kind of what I want to say. The main thing about this video was just me being annoyed that mobile games don't let you choose the settings you want, or sometimes they don't even have the settings available. Like, they only let you play at 60 FPS. The game just doesn't support 120 FPS, but if it does, it might only let you play at low settings. It's very rare to find a good game that lets you play at whatever settings you want and whatever FPS. So like max graphics, 120 FPS. Extremely rare. I think Arena Breakout does this on mobile. If that's the name of the game, I'm getting correct. I don't like that game. Never tried it. I don't really get it. So yeah, more games need to do this. Okay. It's dumb to say PC can do it, but your gaming phone that a lot of people who have PCs are going to want as their phone can't do that. So yeah, I think I've gone on long enough. I'm just going to end it here. I have some ideas for other videos as well, so I'm excited to see you guys in them. So thank you for watching.